It's a lot of facial hair. It's still mandatory that we wear the face mask, unfortunately. Today is February. Today is February 8th, 2021. The Blazers and the Pelicans are in serious talk for CJ McCollum. I'm tired of good players going on bad teams. Put him on a team that is worth where we can watch him. Like, I'm tired of all this shit. What's the point of doing the trade then? Why would the Pelicans want him? For what? For what purpose? Like, honestly, think about it. Why the fuck would they want him? He's a good player. Put him on a good team so we can see the best compete against the best. Anyway, today is February 8th, 2022, excuse me. Another beautiful day in California, IA. Yeah. Feel me? Another day out here. As you can see, man, the sun is out. I'm overdressed, just wearing the hoodie. I literally had to jog over here. Niggas sweating and all. But it's all good, man. You know, just try to keep in shape. Yeah. That was how my morning went. Woke up. You feel me? I had to figure out the difference between reality and non-reality, you know, because when you be sleeping, niggas be fucking with you and shit like that. So sometimes it's very hard to determine whether my shit is a dream or reality, and that's just real talk. But these people don't even have they don't even have the courage to face you feel me? They just don't. Like, even no matter how many times I challenge them, they would never face me. So it is what it is. We still in Black History Month, by the way. Yeah, they just don't. They would never face you. Just forget about it. They just wouldn't. Like, you feel me? We're still in Black History Month, so shout out to Black History Month. We'll be talking to teens. I'll be talking about things pertaining to Black History Month. It doesn't necessarily. I can speak about Black History Month without saying the word Black History Month. You feel me? Black History Month is American history. Black History Month is human history. So, which meaning the range of topics can vary. It has a spectrum of its own. You have a spectrum of colors, and there's a spectrum beyond a spectrum. And Black History Month push these ideas and these things forward to a whole nother level. But I wanted to talk about respecting people even when they don't deserve it. It came to mind when I was on the bus. And it's something that I follow very strongly. This is why, of course, if you go on this path, you are more likely to be taken advantage of. Because how can you respect somebody who does not respect you? You feel me? And I use this philosophy or these narratives towards women a lot. You feel me? Some women, according to society, do not deserve respect. If they carry themselves in the same way. You feel me? If she act like a hoe, they want you to treat her like a hoe. They don't want you to view her in any form or shape of a potential of a wifey or a housewife. But you ought to treat her like the way she carry herself. Basically, that is the general population of how people see things. But that's not how I carry myself or my narratives and how I perform the way I do. You feel me? That's the reason why I think different from most people. Not all people, just most people, because some people think like me too. You feel me? But let's get to the main topic itself. How do you respect people even when they don't respect themselves? And this topic is pertaining to women, senior citizens, and kids itself. You know, little bad kids and shit like that. When a kid poop on himself, right? You feel me? When a kid poops on himself, we don't yell at the kid and be like, that is bad. Why would you do something like that? We automatically assume that this kid has to learn not to do it. So by learning, he would not do it again. We give him that benefit of doubt. You feel me? It's a benefit of doubt. So we give it to him because we like, oh, he don't know any better. Well, that's the same thing with females who don't know any better about how to carry themselves. You feel me? A female who misbehaves, who treat herself like trash, who sleeps with any and everybody, doesn't mean that I have to treat her like a slut too. No. I'll treat her like the kid who poop on himself and be like, she doesn't know any better. The reason why she's doing the things that she's doing, because this is who she has not been educated on how to carry herself as a woman. And that's the same thing that goes with somebody who's of age, who you deem to know better, a senior citizen, but yet they acting like a fool and they just doing things for attention. And it's like, damn, nigga, you supposed to outgrow. These are stages that you're doing that you're supposed to already outgrow. You got a family and everything else like that. Why are you conducting yourself in this matter? You also have to see that person through the lens of how you see the kid itself, that these people need to be trained, or they have to pretend to be good on how to conduct themselves. You feel me? And this is the reason why my narrative is you have to respect people even when they do not respect themselves. Because if you don't respect them, then you become just like the person that you are trying to correct. You feel me? Or just like the person that you're trying to stick it to. You feel me? This is the reason why I apply this a lot to women. A lot. You feel me? Even if she's not worthy of being respected. Even if she's loud, even if she's disrespectful, even if she was a killer and anything else like that, I would still hold the door for her. I would still talk to her in a respectful manner. Because as a person who is grown in any form of shape, not just grown, not just facial hair, I'm talking about as a person who is aware. You have to be in a position where you can see these things, and as a kid, you have to correct it and just, take care of the kid. You wipe the kid and everything else like that. You take care of them so they know not to do it again. While you teach them how to pooper train, whatever the fuck their name is. You feel me? You have to guide them along. But imagine a kid growing up who has never been taught these kind of things. Eventually they're gonna learn it, but it's just gonna take them a long time to learn these things. You understand? So whenever you see people who are misbehaving, you feel me? Lying, pathological liars, serial, all in between. Like, you feel me? These people have serial problems, you feel me? And they will not stop. They're relentless in their evilness. It is not something that you judge them upon in. They do not know any better. So they're doing what they are. They cannot pretend to be doing something that they're not. You feel me? They just can't. It can't be that good. Let me go away. I see people saying their car being creepy. They cannot pretend to be something that they're not. They can only be who they are. You feel me? It's only so long that you can pretend to be something that you're not. And eventually, after a while, you become what you pretending. So even when you pretend for so long, you're going to become what you are pretending to be. You feel me? Understand that. Anyway, so people who behave in this form of matter and everything else like that, you have to treat them. You have to meet them where they are. You have to treat them just like they are. You just got, like, this is who he is. He's a baby that happens to pee and poop on himself occasionally. You feel me? So we are not going to shame the baby, because when you shame the baby, it doesn't help the baby at all. You don't shame kids. No, you help the kid out. You teach the kid, don't do that, do this. You speak to them in a respectful manner. In turn, they will be inspired to want to do better. They'll be inspired not to do it. They'll be like, mommy, I gotta poop. Like, you feel me? Then the female or that person that you're dealing with will recognize that something is happening, because sometimes they don't even know that it's wrong. They're just doing it. It just happened to come out. It was a muscle that was undeveloped, but it's a spiritual muscle. It's an emotional intelligence, which is a muscle that was undeveloped. Just like that kid couldn't hold his shit back. Well, these people and their behaviors, they can't hold those things back, because they incline of a spiritual muscle that they can't hold certain behaviors back. So they have to do these things. So in order to strengthen this muscle, you have to first speak to them in a manner where they recognize. You have to recognize the problem that is coming. That's why a kid will come to his mommy and be like, mommy, I gotta poop. You feel me? And they trying everything in their fucking guts to hold it. But it's evil that's coming out. You feel me? It's evil has to express itself out. It has to. Evil seeks attention. Just like shit, my nigga. You feel me? So you can't hold your pee back. Sometimes you gotta run into the bathroom and let that shit bust out. Well, that's the same way the expression of evil is. And some people just don't know how to conduct themselves. Just don't know it. Whether they older, whether they're women, even whether they men. It's just people in general just don't know how to. This is a spiritual muscle that they have to exercise so that it can become stronger, so they can have a little bit of control over it. You feel me? They just don't know. You feel me? Forgive them for they do not know what they do. These are lessons that they have to be taught so that they can understand how to control these spiritual muscles. When it's a spiritual muscle, it's not a muscle that I can touch and be like, oh shit, my muscles is growing, literally. But that don't work out, chill. But it's not a muscle that you can touch. It's a spiritual muscle. So it has to be discernment. It has to be awareness. It has to be recognition. You feel me? You have to recognize that the things that you're doing is wrong. That's first. You feel me? These people don't know how to do this thing. So let's go back to the woman and how the way I treat girls, the way I treat girls. You feel me? When I see a girl and I acknowledge her, you feel me? I give it a validation and everything. If she look good, of course. Beauty's in the eye of beholder, so don't judge me. You feel me? I'm treating her like the way she's supposed to be treated. Like a queen, with respect. It's a female walk in the building. If a female walk in any room, you're supposed to acknowledge her. It doesn't mean that you're showing her too much attention. No, you acknowledging something great of yours. Like, you feel me? Let it pass by. Morning. This is what you do. Back in the days when a female walked in the room, men stood up. You feel me? This is acknowledging her. It's the same thing. It's the same thing as the formation of the baby itself. We given the respect, even though we do not know that person deserves respect. Who are you to judge whether somebody should be respected or not? This is when things get sticky. You feel me? You're not supposed to. Hold on, let me check the time. That's good. You are not supposed to say this the way she carry herself. You don't know that person. You don't know what they've been through. You don't know. You respect them regardless. You feel me? Because I can easily disrespect you just by me psychoanalyzing you and be like, well, I don't like the way he's carrying himself. I have the right to disrespect him. Or she's trash, or she's for the streets. All these terms are disrespectful terms. Regardless of what she's doing, she can wear a halfway skirt. She can have her booty showing and her titties hanging out and everything else. You're supposed to still respect her. You feel me? You treat her as the potential of what she could be. You feel me? Just like a kid, when a kid poop on himself, you just don't treat like you're a poopy kid. And even when a kid is growing up, you still call him a poopy kid. You a hater. You feel me? We treat them because we know that that's not their fault. We know that they haven't developed the muscle enough to hold their own shit, or the muscle enough to hold their own pee. So we treat them that they're gonna grow. We give them the benefit of the doubt, like, oh, they're gonna grow, they're gonna do better, Well, that's how you do to other people too. Just because that person is grown doesn't mean that they have developed in other areas. Because we all don't stop learning until we die. You feel me? So it means that there's other areas within ourselves that we have to develop as humans ourselves. This is the reason why you treat everybody with respect, even if they don't deserve it. Even Adolf Hitler needs to be treated with respect. He needs to have his day in court. You can't just kill him out like a dog in the street. Although he do deserve it, but you still don't do it because you treat them with respect. Because it's not about Adolf Hitler himself. It's about the process of it all. Because if you allow it for one person to happen, what makes you think you're going to stop it from others doing it too? You feel me? It's like people need to start thinking for themselves. You feel me? People are not thinking, they're just in rageful manner. And it's sad. You feel me? Because they're insecure themselves. But yet insecure people are trying to judge insecure people. It's like the blind leading the blind. You can't even have that going on. It's like they don't even have the right to even do the things that they're doing, but yet they justify it through means. Because they feel like they have a few assholes agreeing together doesn't make it right. Two wrongs don't make it right. We know that for a fact. It's amazing how a negative and a negative can turn into a positive sometimes. But in conclusion, treat people with respect even when they deserve it or not. Because it's not about the person that you're treating with respect. It's about the practice of what you're doing. It's about the repetition of what you're doing. You feel me? Because you don't want to deviate from who you are because somebody's acting a different way. Then you deviate back to this person. Then you deviate back. You can't do that. You feel me? It's about the continuation of the process of the process of growth itself, the process of righteousness. You feel me? Like, it is what it is. But I gotta go. You feel me? Let me see what time it is, because I see some voyagers out there. They just standing there having fake conversation, waiting on the opportunity to attack me. You know how that shit go. Anyway, I'll holler at y'all later. You hear that? Beep.